just so it doesn't shift around. You don't need to go crazy with it. Basically, during the pour at some point. Hello, my name is Max from Redwood ADU, and I'm your very own personal ADU expert. Today, we're going to be going over a rapid fire list of 25 construction install upgrades that you might want to consider for your ADU project. What we'll do is go over a quick description and flash a quick detail of the install. But if you have any other questions or want to learn more, feel free to reach out to me directly or leave a comment below and I'll respond to your question. First upgrade is going to be an end-of-line sewer cleanout. This is an additional sewer cleanout at the far end of your plumbing system that makes it easier for a plumber to clean a clog out of your main sewer line if you ever get one. Number two is going to be a cure and seal product that gets sprayed on top of your concrete to help seal the surface, reducing stains, as well as trapping moisture in so that your concrete fully hardens. Number three is plywood sheathing. We use plywood sheathing because it contains less glue than OSB, and we feel that it's more water resistant. Number four is 5/8 inch thick sheathing on the roof. We use a thicker sheeting on the roof because it's sturdier, has less flex when you walk on it, and it keeps a straighter roof, more attractive roof over the years. Number five is sanded plywood on the eaves. We use sanded plywood on the eaves of the roof, the part that you'll see, because it paints better and doesn't leach sap, which leads to a better looking, longer lasting paint job. Number six, we inset our walls 1/2 inch so that the edge of the plywood is flush with our foundation, which allows the siding to install cleaner and allows for a better install detail right where the wall touches the foundation. Number seven is a dryer box and lint screen. For all of our jobs, we install a dryer box and lint screen halfway through the dryer exhaust line so that all the lint that goes through the line can get caught in the screen, pulled out and cleaned, rather than getting stuck in the rest of the dryer exhaust line. Number eight are copper stub-outs. We use PEX in the walls, but anywhere a water line is exposed, we make sure it's copper because copper is harder and more durable. Number nine is a dedicated low voltage run. We run a 1-inch underground conduit from the primary dwelling to the ADU so that you can have a hardwired data connection, whether it's internet, Ethernet cable, RJ6, between the two buildings, instead of having to do a Wi-Fi extender jumper type of system. Number 10 is a 200 amp panel and dedicated meter. This means that the ADU is going to have its own meter, its own utility account, PG&E or SMUD, its own utility bill, and it's also going to have a 200 amp panel, which allows for future expansion now that everything is becoming more and more electrified. Number 11 is a doorbell and chime. So we include wiring for a chime on the wall as well as a doorbell, and this doorbell wiring will also support a smart doorbell camera like Ring or anything you might want to buy. Number 12 is interior window protection. Before we start drywall, we always mask our windows with plastic to prevent any kind of debris, drywall debris mainly, from getting into the window, which ends up being hard to clean towards the end of the project. Number 13 is a roll-on moisture barrier for all of our under tile work. So we install this roll-on moisture barrier underneath all of our tile as one more added layer of protection so that if water does get behind our tile system, it still doesn't leach into the wall and does not cause leak issues. Number 14 is silicone in all of our inside grout corners. We use silicone instead of grout on inside corners and on critical caulking, critical joint areas, because silicone does not crack over time. These areas, such as inside corners and against tubs, are prone to cracking when you use grout, and silicone is going to hold up for the life of the project. So that's why we use silicone. Number 15 is roach powder and borate spray in all of the joists before drywall. We go along, we spray roach powder, and we also spray borate inside of the studs of the wall, which helps prevent pests like roach and ants, and also helps to prevent mold and mildew if moisture does happen to get in any of the walls. Number 16 is going to be insulation on interior walls. We put insulation on interior walls to help with sound, especially in bedrooms and bathrooms. Number 17 is a low profile mini split. The mini splits we install are ceiling mounted and they're recessed in the ceiling. So they're a lot better than the wall mounted mini splits you might see, which take up wall space. They can get in the way of the furniture, in the way of pictures, and they really don't look good. The ceiling mount ones are real slick, slim, and clean, and are a nice upgrade. Number 18 are high quality cabinets. The cabinets we use are made of real hardwood doors and faces and 1/2-inch plywood boxes. This is a time-tested material that holds up to water and holds up to high use. Number 19 are glued miter joints. All of our door casings, baseboards, and any other trim work in the house is going to be glued together where they meet, which stops the casing or stops the trim work from cracking and splitting at that point. What it does is it makes it so that that trim work is going to be one piece and will look great for the entirety of the project, for the entirety of the time you own the house. Number 20 is pine baseboard in wet areas. So in the majority of the house, we're going to use MDF baseboard because it paints up real nice and looks real smooth. But in the bathrooms where you're going to see more water, we use a pure pine baseboard because it's a lot more durable and a lot more resistant to water damage. Number 21 is solid MDF veneer doors. So the doors that we use are made out of solid wood and they have an MDF veneer which paints up real nice. These are a nice upgrade compared to a hollow core door. Number 22 is subfloor grinding. So before we install our flooring, we get an industrial grinder to grind the concrete or the wood subfloor completely flat to help stop any creaks and also greatly increase the life of any flooring that you put in. Number 23 is sprayed trim work and enamel paint. All of our trim work, once it's installed, caulked, and sanded, gets sprayed with an enamel paint. The spraying makes the finish very smooth and very clean, and the enamel paint actually has a hardness to it that's a lot easier to clean and scrub. Number 24 is an attic fan. An attic fan sits on your attic, is powered by solar, and can also be hardwired, and it sucks hot air out of your attic, which reduces the temperature of the house, and it also reduces the load on your AC unit. And number 25 are gutter guards. Gutter guards are a metal grate or screen that goes in your gutter that prevents any kind of dirt, debris, or leaves from getting into your gutter and clogging your downspouts. Once these are installed, you'll never have to get up on your roof again to clean out debris and leaves that have gotten in your gutters. Your gutters will work as they were intended to work for years and years to come. So I hope this list was helpful. If you have any questions about these, like I said, feel free to ask in the comments down below, or you can reach out to me directly and I'll be more than happy to explain more. Good luck with your ADU project, and I'll see you all in a little while.